Alix Earle is dancing her way into her single era, 'cause she and her boyfriend, Houston Texans player Braxton Berrios, have reportedly split. Alix Earle is dancing her way into her single era, 'cause she and her boyfriend, Houston Texans player Braxton Berrios, have reportedly split. What originally began as a whirlwind romance between a rising social media star and a beloved NFL player has now reached an unexpected turning point that no one quite saw coming. For many of Alix's loyal followers, the news feels surreal. It's the kind of update that sends shockwaves through group chats, fan pages, and TikTok comment sections, not because people treat relationships like celebrity royalty, but because many had watched the relationship unfold in real time, almost as if they were living through it with her. Whether people were silently rooting for the couple or simply observing from the sidelines, it's undeniable that this breakup immediately became the subject of fascination, curiosity, and endless conversation. She and the NFL star called it quits after nearly 2 years together, Us Weekly and People report, citing multiple sources. That fact alone, nearly 2 years, carries weight, especially in a world where social media and public attention can magnify every small disagreement, every moment of distance, and every misunderstanding. For Alix and Braxton, those 2 years weren't just a series of red carpet appearances and Instagram-worthy trips. There were private moments behind closed doors. Inside jokes, emotional conversations, laughs, frustrations, and all the complexities that come with trying to build something real in a world that rarely gives people privacy. The pair gave their relationship a good go, but the long-distance nature of their relationship drove them apart, Us Weekly claims. Anyone who has ever tried to make long-distance love work understands how heavy that sentence truly is. Long distance isn't just about not seeing each other. It's about living separate lives that constantly try to weave together but never fully align. It's about missed calls, mismatched schedules, lonely nights, and the emotional exhaustion of loving someone who isn't physically close enough to provide the comfort you need in the moment you need it. For two people whose careers demand constant movement, appearances, and commitments, it's almost inevitable that the distance becomes a third presence in the relationship, one that slowly becomes harder and harder to ignore. People, meanwhile, reports the breakup was mutual, and mutual breakups, while they may sound amicable or simple on the surface, often hide layers of emotional conflict underneath. Sometimes mutual simply means both people were strong enough to acknowledge that something wasn't working the way it once did. That doesn't mean there wasn't love. In fact, many mutual breakups contain some of the deepest love, the kind that is willing to step aside instead of forcing something that no longer fits. For Alix and Braxton, this may have meant the realization that despite their best efforts, despite the affection they had for one another, the life they dreamed of building together wasn't aligning with the reality they were living. TMZ reached out to reps for both parties. So far, no word back. Silence from representatives during a breakup often speaks louder than any official statement. It suggests privacy, boundaries, or unfinished emotional conversations behind the scenes. It could mean the breakup is fresh enough that both parties are still processing, still recalibrating, still adjusting to the shock of waking up and knowing things have changed. It could also simply mean that neither Alix nor Braxton owes the world an immediate explanation, that some things are allowed to live quietly, away from the noise of headlines and hot takes. The Dancing with the Stars alum and Braxton met at a party in February 2023, and began dating shortly after. That moment, their first meeting, likely felt electric. Like the kind of encounter people romanticize in movies but rarely experience in reality. Two people from very different worlds converging in the same place, feeling an instant spark. For Alix, who was quickly rising in the digital world, and for Braxton, firmly rooted in the professional athletic world, that initial chemistry probably felt like a breath of fresh air. A chance meeting that turned into exchanging numbers, late-night conversations, flirty messages, and the kind of excitement that makes even ordinary days feel charged with possibility. They kept their romance under wraps for a few months, but it was uncovered when a fan posted a TikTok video that showed Alix at a restaurant in Miami. An NFL man, who Alix lovingly nicknamed, was there. That reveal became its own moment in pop culture. Fans were already trying to piece together clues, analyzing backgrounds of selfies, noticing reflections in windows, and zooming in on shadows in the background of videos. That TikTok clip confirmed what fans were already hoping, that Alix had found someone who genuinely seemed to admire her, someone who made her smile, someone who filled a space in her life at the perfect time. And that nickname, NFL Man, quickly became part of their story, their brand, their love language shared with the public. It added a layer of mystery, humor, and affection to their relationship, which fans adored. The then couple made their romance red carpet official at the 2023 SPI Awards that July. That night became a defining moment for them, stepping out in front of cameras, holding hands, smiling with the kind of glow that can only come from the rush of love and newness. Red carpet photos capture more than just outfits. They capture energy, body language, subtle glances, and that intangible connection between two people. Alix's confidence that evening felt amplified by Braxton's presence beside her, and the world watched as their relationship transformed from online speculation into an undeniable reality. They seemed to be doing okay in early October, when they each posted cutesy IG pics of one another, with Alix commenting "love you" under her bows. Social media posts often look simple on the surface, a caption, a heart emoji, a shared photo, but for the people involved, they can carry deep meaning. Those posts suggested closeness, shared effort, and the kind of comfort that comes from being genuinely invested in someone. A public "love you" is never just a comment. It is a declaration, a little slice of vulnerability offered to the world, a peek into something real, which makes the news of their split feel even more surprising for those who followed them closely. It raises questions about what happened in the days or weeks that followed, whether something shifted suddenly or whether cracks had been forming silently beneath the surface long before anyone noticed. No word on how Alix is doing. But she seemed to dance any worries away Friday night aboard a yacht following an Art Basel gallery. As exemplified by her Instagram story, she looked ready to catch eyes in a skin-tight dress that gave a glimpse of her lacy underwear beneath. And she certainly has our attention. That clip, short, glamorous, carefree, instantly made its rounds online. For many, it symbolized not avoidance but resilience. The kind of resilience that doesn't deny pain but chooses not to crumble under it. Dancing on a yacht at night, surrounded by lights, art, music, and the airy glow of Miami water, Alix seemed to embody a woman stepping into a new chapter with confidence, or at least with a determination to feel alive again. And beneath that single moment, the pose, the dress, the dance, the laughter, lies the very human reality of heartbreak. Because dancing after a breakup has always been a form of release, a symbolic reclaiming of joy after emotional heaviness. Whether she was truly fine or simply putting on a brave face, the moment captured her strength. Maybe she needed the music. Maybe she needed the distraction. Maybe she needed to feel beautiful, desired, unbroken. Or maybe she needed to remind herself that life continues to glow even when personal chapters end. Unexpectedly, her followers watched closely, analyzing every detail, her smile, her posture, her energy, trying to determine whether she was genuinely happy or masking something deeper. But that's the paradox of modern fame. People want to see influencers live openly, but they often forget these individuals bleed, cry, love, and lose, just like everyone else. Alix, like many others before her, has built a career on authenticity. And yet authenticity doesn't mean she owes the world an unfiltered view of her pain. Sometimes, dancing is a form of healing. Sometimes, silence is a form of protection. And sometimes both are necessary.